Okay, so let's. What happened was Krishna, he left Vrindavan, right? Remember who came to pick Krishna up from Vrindavan? Anybody remembers? Okay, Hemanji has also joined. Welcome, Hemanji. So Akruda was the one who came to pick up Krishna from Vrindavan, and he took Balramji and Krishna from Vrindavan to Kamsa because Kamsa was setting up a, a wrestling match, and he wanted to hurt Krishna and Balram because he had heard a voice from the sky that said, the eighth son of Devaki will kill him, right? So he wanted to destroy Krishna before Krishna destroyed him. So this was he had sent all these bad demons to Vrindavan to hurt Krishna, but Krishna killed all those bad demons. And then finally he decided to bring Krishna to Mathura. Mathura is where so we have someone raised their hand. So what is the question? Oh, you have an answer?
Not a question, Prabhuji. So it's just I wanted to draw a peacock feather.
Oh, nice. Of course. Yeah. So all Krishna's paraphernalia is not different from Krishna. So it's like you're holding Krishna when you have a peacock feather. Very good. So, and I will mention peacock feather in the story. It comes in the story. So see how Krishna is arranging all these nice things in your hands to remind us. So very good. So thank you for bringing that up. Okay. Okay. So shall I continue?
No,
Okay, I'll continue. So what happens is Krishna had left Vrindavan, right, to kill Kamsa, and then from there he took all the Mathuravasis who were ruled by by Kamsa. Because very bad people like Jarasandha were attacking them all the time. So Krishna built a whole new palace in Dwaraka, which is in today's Gujarat. And he then married his 8 principal wives headed by Rukmini, Satyabhama, you know all of them. And then the 16,100 other ladies who were captured by Narakasura, Krishna saved them and made them his wives. So he had 16,100 wives there. And then he had made a palace for each wife. And he was in a very opulent and majestic place he was ruling. But Krishna was never happy there because, he is so simple and all he wants is love of loving relationships. And being a king, there's always responsibilities and he has to do take care of different things. But he always likes what he did in Vrindavan, where he was just a simple cowherd boy taking and herding the cows, milking the cows, playing his flute, so that he always missed that. So once he finished one of his missions of coming to earth from the spiritual world was to rid the world of all these bad demons. So it killed Kamsa. Then there were a few demons like Jarasandha. He made Bhima kill that. Then there was Shishupala, and then Dandavakra. So in this story, in this left is this Dandavakra who is coming, and Dandavakra was also killed by Krishna. And then there was another demon called Shalva who attacked Dwaraka, and Krishna killed that demon also. So this story starts after Krishna killed all these demons and he finished his mission of ridding the world of all the bad people who are hurting the good people. He then decided to go and be in Vrindavan because he's most happiest in Vrindavan. So he asked his chariot driver Daruka to ride his chariot from Gujarat or Dwaraka to Vrindavan because he wanted to be with Yashoda Mai and Nanda Maharaj. He did not like to be a king. All he wanted to be is with the Gopis and the Gopa boys and his childhood parents, Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. So he rode his chariot, and as soon as they heard Krishna from like many miles away started blowing his conch shell Panchajanya, and the sound reached Vrindavan, and everybody always, after Krishna left, there were many years has passed, but still they're always thinking about Krishna. When would Krishna come? Krishna, when he left, he said he'll come back, but he never came back. They're always thinking. And when they heard the conch shell, they were full of ecstasy and happiness to see Krishna. So from the distance, when they heard the voice, they all became so excited. And then, long behold, Krishna himself is coming in the chariot. And Krishna came and fell on the feet of his parents, Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, and he said, "Oh, I'm sick of living as a king. I just want to be with you, and I'm going to be with you here." And they were so happy to hear that. All the Gopa boys all came and hugged Krishna, and they were so happy. And then what happened was, a few days passed, and Yashoda Mai was seeing that the chariot was still there, right? Daruka and the chariot. And that chariot always reminded them, oh, Krishna might go back one day, because he has a 16,100 queen and 8 queens, and he has all his kingly things in Dwaraka. So his chariot is there reminding us that one day he's going to leave. So then Yashodamai came and told Krishna, can't you live with us and make this your home? And Krishna thought, oh, maybe what they want is they want Balramji and Rohini also to come. So Krishna told Daruka, go to Dwaraka and bring my brother Balram and Rohini, who's Balram's mom, and Uddhava, my cousin. So he said that because earlier when Krishna was in Vrindavan, he had Rohini and Balramji also there. So he interpreted Mother Yashoda saying that, oh, why don't you make this home as, oh, those folks who are here when Krishna was in Vrindavan is not here, so let me bring them. So Krishna told Daruka, and he brought them from Dwaraka to Vrindavan, and everybody was happy. Then so while this is happening, there's another Radharani and the Gopis were so missing Krishna because they are still waiting for Krishna. And then we discuss about this person called Paurnamasi. So Paurnamasi is a old lady in Vrindavan, but she has a lot of magical powers, and she's actually Krishna's Maya energy itself. So she went there and she saw that the gopis were so sad, missing Krishna, and she said, and the gopis had written a letter that they want to just they don't want to live anymore without Krishna, and they're saying that if Krishna doesn't marry them, they don't want to continue with their life. And then Purnamasi said, "Oh, don't worry, actually Krishna is here and he's going to marry all of you." And then the gopis were wondering, because earlier, before Krishna had left, Purnamasi had arranged for the marriage of all the gopis to other Gopa men. And they're wondering, how can they marry Krishna now that they are married to other men? So Purnamasi said, all that is an illusion, and I'm going to prove that to all of you. And I'm going to show you how you're all going to marry Krishna. So now we go into how Krishna marries all the gopis. So what happened was Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, they came to Krishna and they said, "Oh Krishna, we always fear that you're going to leave us. So we are not very happy. Even though you have come here, we are always fearing that you'd leave. So what you have to do is you have to make sure that you make this your home. And only way we can be sure is if you marry the girls here and live your rest of your life here. Because once you have a wife, then you settle down there, right? So they can be rest assured that Krishna is going to be in Vrindavan and not go back to Dwaraka where he had the 16,108 wives. So then Krishna said, yes, definitely, I will marry someone. So Yashoda and Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj said, actually, there are many girls who never got married after you left, and they're just waiting for you. And her name is, one of the gopis named Danya is there. So you have to marry her and all those unmarried gopis. And so you would show us that you're going to live here, because earlier you said you'll come back and you didn't come back in many years. So we want you to do something that proves to us that you're going to live with us for the rest of your time here in this world. So then Krishna said, okay, I will do that. So that's how his energy of Yogamaya is going to arrange for the marriage. So she comes there, the Yogamaya or Paurnamasi comes to Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj and says, not only Danya and those girls, gopis, who were wanting to marry Krishna and they never got married, even Radharani and all the other gopis, they will marry Krishna. And they were all surprised. How can those who are already married marry Krishna? So Yogamaya said, okay, I'm going to show you the reality. And then they completely believe Purnamasi. And they said, okay, because you are Yogamaya, you know the truth. But Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj said, again, if Radharani and all of the others marry Krishna, then there would be people who always say bad things. Oh, you are married, now you're marrying somebody else. So all those questions will come up, and that's not good for Krishna. So Yogamaya said, okay, why don't you call everybody to come for a meeting? So she calls everybody to come to the meeting, including Radharani's parents, Vrishabhanu and Kirtida Maharani. So they come from Barsana. And then Radharani's in-laws, Jatila, Kutila, and all Abhimanyu's parents, they all come from Yavat. And then all the gopis are there. So everybody assembles there. Now, Yogamaya says, now all of you who have all the married gopis, young girls who are married after Krishna left or during Krishna's stay, who are actually, they all prayed to Krishna for Krishna to become their husband. Remember, we discussed that pastime of Katyayani. They were praying to Katyayani Devi to make Krishna their husband. So then Krishna had stolen their clothes when they were taking a bath to fulfill that promise. So all those pastimes we already have covered before. But Yogamaya said, actually, all the gopis in Vrindavan who are in Ras dance with Krishna and they all want to marry Krishna. And everybody said, no, but they're all married. So Yogamaya said, see, that was just an illusion that I made for them to get married so that Krishna will leave Vrindavan and go fulfill all his duties of removing all the bad people in the world. So now that pastime is over, I'm going to reveal that actually all the gopis never got married to anybody else. They're waiting for Krishna. So everybody was confused. How can that be possible? They're married and not married. How is that possible? So then Paurnamasi said, okay, now all the old ladies who have daughter-in-laws in their house, who are these gopis who are married, now you see them here, right? They said, yes, we see them here. Now go to your houses and see if go to your houses and come back and tell me what you see. So they all went to their houses and they saw their daughters-in-law still in their house doing different chores of milking the cow or working in the kitchen or cleaning, cooking. So then they came back and said, how is this possible? We see them here and then we see them, they're still at home. So then Yogamaya says, yes, exactly. So I had actually made body doubles of each gopi so that they to do the pastime before of them marrying other gopas, I had actually made a twin of all these girls. And the real ones are actually not married to anybody. They're just waiting for Krishna. They have only Krishna in their mind. They have never served any other man. So then they said, okay, to prove that, why don't you go to your homes and bring those gopis to this meeting? So then they went and brought those girls to the meeting, and they said that there's actually two Radharanis, there's two Lalitas, two Vishakhas, and they're all confused. Oh, who is the real person? So then everybody looks, they're almost identical. They're all looking identical. And then Purnamasi said, okay, look closely to each person. And then when they looked, the original gopis, they had a luster in them. They were shining. Their skin was shining. Their hair was like an aura over them. So then Purnamasi said, the one that have luster are the ones who have only served Krishna and have been waiting for Krishna all this time. The others, they were made double so that they can serve in the other pastime. And those who have the luster are actually going to get married to Krishna. And he said about the pastime during Ramayana also. So it said that the actual Sita went into fire, and then a Maya Sita comes out, and she's the one taken by Ravan, right? So and then when Krishna kills Ravan, Rama kills Ravan, and then actually when he says to do a Agni Pariksha, that's when the Maya Sita goes into the fire and the real Sita comes out. So Purnamasi described that pastime and said that's what's happening here. The ones who were married were not the real person. And then everybody were convinced that actually all of the gopis are still not unmarried and they're waiting for Krishna. So they said, what do we do now? There are two people. So then they said, okay, all the married twins can go back to their houses, and the unmarried gopis who are waiting for Krishna, they will go back to their parents' home so that they can arrange for the marriage with Krishna. Now Radharani said, okay, so even when Krishna was here, they used to say bad things about Krishna. And all the gopis, hey, you're married and you're still going to see Krishna and all that. So we just want to prove that we are very, very pure. We are not going to multiple husbands or anything. So we want to prove that we are the purest. So what they said, they're going to enter into fire, and if they have if there are anything impurity in them, they will burn. Otherwise, they'll come out of the fire without any issues. And Radharani said, we are going to prove ourselves by doing that. And then what happened was Durvasa Muni came there. And Durvasa Muni was like, what is going on here? And then everybody said, oh, poor Radha. And they just want to prove that they are not married, and they're waiting for marriage with Krishna. They want to prove that they only have one man, Krishna, in their mind. They want to prove that. So they want to get into the fire, and we are so afraid for them. And Durvasa Muni said, they don't have to prove it. Radharani is my worshipable goddess. I'm going to fall on her feet. And then he said, oh, but they said, actually, Radharani wants to do that. So then he made a big fire, and then that went all the way to the sky, and it was very big. And anybody, if you look at it, you'll see like anything even close to it will burn. But then Radharani and the gopis, they walked through the fire, and they came back. Even their loose hair, nothing was untouched by the fire, proving that they are pure devotees of Krishna. So they all came out of the fire, and then Durvasa Muni stopped the fire and left, and just to prove that they are all ready to get married to Krishna. and then all the arrangements started. Now, Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai were kind of confused. How are we going to have a marriage? We have one Krishna and so many gopis. How is he going to marry all of them in the same ceremony? So then Madhumangal comes and says, oh, you know what? This is where I'm going to touch on what Ashmita ji showed us, the peacock feather. So Madhumangal took a peacock feather and said, okay, here's a flute, here's the peacock feather, and then we have different other articles that Krishna uses, like Krishna's clothes and the dust from his feet. So we can just have each gopi marry each of this like a peacock feather, because each of Krishna's articles are not different from him. So let's just, so then Krishna said that's not required. Actually, he will expand himself into, he'll make multiple copies of himself so that he can marry each and every gopi, including Radharani and Danya and Vishaka and Lalita. So a big ceremony started. There were flowers, there's incense, there were heavenly devatas coming and playing drums and throwing flowers from the sky. And it was a huge ceremony, and Krishna expanded himself and married each of the gopis who wanted him as a husband. And all of them were welcome into Yashoda Mai's house, and each one were given a separate quarters with Krishna, and all of them lived happily ever after in Vrindavan. So that is the story in Gopal Champu by Jiva Goswami, and a similar story is also in Krishna Sangati by Shivaram Swami. So are there any questions? Okay, Ayana has a question.
Yeah. So how do they go back to Gokula Vrindavan?
Oh, spiritual world?
Yeah.
Yeah. So once Krishna's pastime end, all of them goes back. You know, they all came to the world with a mission to show us about the real Vrindavan in the spiritual world. So they did their pastimes and then they went back.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for the question. Anybody else has any questions before we go to the Kahoot? Everybody has a phone ready or any device that they can use to play the Kahoot?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. All right. Welcome back, Tarunji. Hopefully you heard some part of the story.
Yes, Prabhuji, I heard a little bit.
Okay, so the game pin is
Prabhuji, please wait for me.
Okay, sure. It is 1189142, and I'm going to expand the QR code. If anybody wants to scan that, you don't even have to enter the pin. It'll automatically start Kahoot for you. Okay, Radha and Krishna are in. So who else do we want? There are worshipable deities, Radha, Krishna. There's Ice Cat.
Daddy.
Okay, we are waiting for Tarun Krishna Das ji. Are you?
I'm Ice Cat, Prabhuji.
Yeah. You all ready? Okay, Taranji is in and no is in. Okay. So we'll turn the no into a yes. Is everybody ready? We'll start. Tarunji, you good?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So the first question is, who wrote Gopal Champu? Ravindranath Tagore, Jiva Goswami, Vedavyas, Valmiki. So we mentioned this story that we discussed today is from the book Gopal Champu, and it is by Jiva Goswami. Very good. Excellent answer. Everybody got it, so I get a point. Okay, Tarunji is in first place. Very good. Then Krishna, Ice Cat, Radha, and no. Okay, second question. Who wrote Krishna Sangati? This story is also present in the other book, Krishna Sangati, and who wrote it? Shivaram Swami, Valmiki, Durvasa, Vedavyas. So it's Shivaram Swami. His Holiness Shivaram Swami has written Krishna Sangati, and that has the same story. Okay. Radha ji has got up to 4 places and she's in second place now, and Tarunji is in first place. Then comes Krishna, Ice Cat, and no. Okay. When did Krishna return to Vrindavan after becoming Dwarakadish? After killing demons Salva and Dandavakra, just after moving to Dwaraka from Mathura, just after killing Kamsa, just after Bhima killed Jarasandha. So we'll discuss the context of the story. Is the first one. After killing demons Shalva and Dandavakra, were the last demons Krishna killed, and that's when he moved back to Vrindavan, according to Gopal Champu and Krishna Sangati. Okay. Why were the Vrajavasis not fully happy after Krishna returned to Vrindavan? Fear of demons attacking, fear of Krishna not being happy in Vrindavan, fear of Krishna leaving Vrindavan again, fear that other kings will attack Vrindavan. Yes, it is Krishna leaving Vrindavan. Remember, they were seeing the chariot and they were always thinking, oh, Krishna will go back. Yeah. Okay. Next question. Why did Purnamasi reveal to Vrajavasis in the meeting what did? To prove that Radharani and other gopis were unmarried. Showing the body doubles of Radharani and other gopis, telling them that she had created the illusion, showing them that she was Yogamaya herself. So this is all of the above. All of you are right, but all of the answers were right also. Okay, Tarunji is in first place, Radha, Krishna, Ice Cat, and no. Okay, what did Durvasa Muni do when he heard that gopis wanted to prove their purity in fire? Created a large fire that hit the sky, got angry at Radharani, created a demon to attack the gopis, all of the above. This is a trick question. It is not all of the above this time. He created a fire. He did not get angry at Radharani. Initially he was wondering why should Radharani do that, but he didn't get angry at them. But usually he's a person who gets angry. So good guess for those who, okay, then. Okay, actually all of you are right, but all of the above was not right. Okay, Krishna is in first place now. Radhaji, Tarunji, Ice Cat, and no. Okay, last question for today. How did Krishna get married to all the gopis? He created copies of himself. He married one, then the next. He only married Radharani. He left Vrindavan. Okay. You all got it all right. Very good. So all of you are winners. And the podium, third place goes to Tarunji. Second place goes to Radharani. Radha. And first place goes to Krishna. And fourth place is Ice Care, and fifth place is Snow. And all of you are winners who played, because all of you are discussing stories about Krishna. And Christmas is coming up tomorrow. Actually, Lord Jesus is also an empowered incarnation of Krishna. Jesus always said, I am the Son, and my Father is in heaven. So he was referring to Krishna. So whenever you see Christians celebrating Christmas, you should always think, oh, this is also an incarnation of Krishna's energy, Jesus Christ, to bring people who are in a very bad situation to some form of spirituality. So we can respect all those who are celebrating Christmas or their guru, Lord Jesus Christ, who's also an incarnation of Krishna. Very good.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. So nice to have all of you on the call. We'll discuss again next week. It'll be New Year. Ooh, okay. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Vancha Kalpata Rupascha, Kripa Sindhupya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanepyo, Vaishnavepyo, Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. All of you, looks like you're having a play date and sleepover. Ashmita ji, Sonakshi ji, and Sahitya ji, have a great time. See you all next week. I hope Sahitya ji liked the class and she'll regularly join again. It's always nice to have more and more devotees because association is very important. So I thank you all for joining. Thank you. Hare Krishna.